how are you going?
Oh, hello.
This is Olympia here. I'm here with Nova. Say hi, Nova.
Oh, hi.
This is our brand new podcast. I think it could be beef.
Oh, dear, that name, though.
Do you think it could be beef, Nova?
I don't know.
It might be fish. But anyway, we'll get to that soon.
Fish.
Thank you for all of your feedback regarding the name of this podcast. We've listened to absolutely no one and gone with our own name after all. But that's great. Okay, so today we've got a very special guest.
Very special guest from
We're
across the pond.
We're here in our horrendous apartment in Bournemouth in the UK with a nice glass of wine. And we're speaking to our transatlantic Wow Presents partner, MsCandyBlog. Hi, Candy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so good. Nova's not doing so great, though. How are you?
How bloody rude.
I'm thrilled to be speaking with you today. I love you both so much. I'm so glad we are having this time together.
Candy,
Aw.
you're so cute. We've been such fans for so long now.
Oh, you're making me blush.
Why don't we just start with that, though? Your channel. I was just curious to know, going way back, how you became part of the Wow Presents network.
So, I have always had a passion and a fascination with RuPaul.
Right.
And drag, but to me, RuPaul was really my foray or introduction totally into the drag world, and I think for a lot of people that is the case. So what happened was I decided to start a candy blog, and interestingly enough, as I made that decision, RuPaul came out with the RuPaul candy bar. So I said, because of my love for RuPaul, that it would be the very first review or anything that I did on my blog. Yeah.
So do you have like a crazy obsession with candy? You must have such terrible cholesterol.
So I don't know how my cholesterol is. My dental work is intact.
You're doing all right.
Yeah. Have a drink of wine on that. But my brother and sister and I always had a thing where whenever we went into a store, we would go into the candy aisle and we would look at what new candy came out and who rebranded and how they marketed it and how they packaged it. So when it came time for me to decide on doing what originally was determined to be a blog, which is why it's MsCandyBlog.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. I said I'm going to do candy because it's something that I do have a fascination with, and it's something that will transcend for so many people on different levels, where it be something you enjoy eating or something you enjoy looking at or you have a childhood memory. I love when I bring my candy to work and people get excited and happy when they see it. So I decided to go with that. So the first piece that I did was on RuPaul. I put that on YouTube as my first video on a Monday. I had been tweeting about it and Instagramming about it, and got an email on that Friday from World of Wonder, which I thought was a joke.
That's so funny. Oh my God.
And there was a phone number on the email, so I called them up, and I wound up speaking with the head of multi-channel networks for World of Wonder, and here I am with you.
That's so cool. See, I bombarded them with emails. It's completely the opposite. I wore them down.
Wow, so you really knew you wanted to be a wow person.
I just want the exposure. That's what it is. I'm just such a fame whore, and then I brought Nova along for the ride.
Oh, dear. Here we go.
So for anyone who doesn't know, MsCandyBlog, the channel, she reviews candy. It really is cool, though, because we watch it. I'm not a big candy fan. I know you are.
I have quite the sweet tooth.
But there's something about candy when it's adults discussing it that it's just so kind of cool, because you just think of candy as something like trick-or-treaters like, but it's just so cool to watch you, especially the ASMR. How did the ASMR thing come around?
Oh my God. I don't even like to talk about it, but, so we're doing a podcast here. I will talk about it.
Well, do you want to first explain what ASMR is for the unwashed masses?
Absolutely. Well, I explain ASMR. So ASMR stands for Auto Sensory Meridian Response.
Shit. Okay.
Yes, and this is a real, I don't want to say a diagnosis, but it's a real function. It doesn't mean you're crazy, and it's not a disease.
You can't see the fact that Olympia legitimately just spat out some wine.
The fact that you said it was a diagnosis, it's just a sort of phenomenon of sort of...
It's a phenomenon, and people have written me and asked me if it's a disease, and it's not. It's not a disease. It's a phenomenon where people get tingles. They say that it starts at the back of their head and it goes down their spine.
Do you experience this yourself, watching other videos?
No ASMR.
So you are such a selfless person. You just do this for others without being able to experience it for yourself.
I entertain myself doing it. Because I used to do some percussion. So it's a percussive kind of way of looking at using
How did you do percussion? What, on the subway, you just took a tambourine along with it for the ride, and you just sort of shook it in people's face. What did you mean you do percussion?
Yeah. So I used to be an actor in my former years.
Okay.
And I actually, when I was in college, I joined a troupe through the college, and we went and played the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh for 2 months.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
So, and then I actually wound up marrying a percussionist, ironically.
No way.
So is that how you decided to do it then? Because you're just tapping things all the time.
No, the way I decided to do it was I started getting emails on my MsCandyBlog channel saying you should have an ASMR soundtrack. And I looked up ASMR, and ASMR is often considered it's very much confused, and the ASMR community gets very upset when you talk about sexuality.
I've read about this. Yes, I've read about that.
And the ASMR community is not about sexuality, but what has happened is one of the YouTube trends is now ASMR, and it's very popular, and it's gaining steam. It's so popular that it was on the Today Show here in America, which when it hits the Today Show in America, it's pretty much mainstream.
You're done. I did that once upon a time. It's just something small I did. So
No.
oh, stupid you are. So you don't experience it yourself. I don't. Is it called being a tingle head? Is that correct?
That's what they call it. They call themselves tinglers.
But it doesn't help that they're trying to distinguish it from being a sexual thing when you're such a gorgeous lady, Candy.
Oh, you're a sweetheart.
And you've got your juicy pink lips and your smoky eye and you're rubbing that chocolate. It's doing stuff for people.
Well, apparently it is, because I recently got an email, and it's been such a journey having a channel, learning so much about people, and I had someone request that I moan.
Oh dear.
Oh yes.
Oh.
And they wanted a tight shot of my mouth.
This is getting into weird territory now, isn't it? Did you reply?
That's why I made the ASMR a separate channel, because I started getting such a high response that people started leaving MsCandyBlog as I would upload ASMR. So I made a second channel.
Okay.
Just for ASMR.
Oh, that makes sense. I see now.
Yeah, it's because the MsCandyBlog channels, it's all about candy and being happy. And
You don't want to have kind of like a fissure between the fans, do you?
well, to be really honest, I want to give the fans what they're after. And I know that MsCandyBlog initially was not about ASMR, so I know there are those who are watching for the initial content of RuPaul and candy and fashion and beauty.
And so it's completely different, yeah.
It is. So there is now a second channel called Ms. Candy ASMR.
Where do you want to take the channel? What's the future of MsCandyBlog?
Well, I need to launch my blog, which I never launched, and I'm very doing that.
It's the namesake of your bloody channel. It doesn't exist.
She's a fraud.
The blog will exist. It does exist in a development stage, and it will be launching shortly, I promise.
Oh, I can't wait.
Also, you did a certain video, and it comes to mind once in a while, and it's the one about the pineapple M&Ms.
Yes.
Because I want to try those so badly. How can anything pineapple flavoured taste bad? I don't get it.
I love pineapple. It is my favorite fruit, but I don't like fruit in my chocolate.
I don't understand that.
So I don't know. I'm a very picky eater. I'm a vegetarian. So there you go, right there. That's, not
Also,
normal.
Candy, just to sort of bring it up, what's the name of that? It's not toffee. It's like a toffee that's sort of melted. It's a soft, chewy. What is the word? Begins with C.
Oh, you don't like how I pronounce caramel or caramel?
No, she loves it.
I just find it so exotic. I thought it was something else at first. I was so confused.
And my family has actually, corrected me and said it's spelled with 2 A's.
It is bloody.
Don't ever change.
It is bloody spelled with 2 A's. You might as well just call it treacle. Oh, cute. So let's get on to something I think a lot of people will want to listen to, especially since Nova and I are men that dress like chicks. What are you thinking of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 7?
Oh, I love how every season it kind of ups the ante in the level of dragosity, if there's such a word.
Dragosity. I think you
It
might have
is.
just coined the term.
It's a word now.
Every year everybody's a level up. And
Apart from the contestants.
I feel like this season, the level of beauty is really beyond any season, because I think that Pearl, Violet Chachki, and Ms. Fame are just so gorgeous.
They are, but at the same time,
Big butts.
they have that going for them, but they're very weak in every other area.
No, and when they did the first acting challenge, I initially, when I saw Miss Fame, I thought, okay, that's the winner. But when I saw that first acting challenge,
Oh, it's bullshit.
She doesn't have the charm.
You suddenly think, oh no, where did it all go wrong?
It's not Miss Fame, it's Miss Known in some areas sometime.
All tea, all shade.
How funny. Who are your favourite queen? Who do you want to win then for this season?
I really like Katya.
We love Katya.
We
So
want her to
smart.
win. Yeah.
So smart. I know you guys were talking the other day about Max.
Yeah, well, I don't mind Max. I think Max is there, but I think just second to Katya in terms of, the humour and the kind of the personalities. I think Katya is just the winner.
You're saying that in a way that makes me think you really love her.
I do love Max. He's got a quality that reminds me of Jinx Monsoon.
Yes, that's very true.
So for that, and then when I saw that one challenge and Jaden started crying, and Max was the first to just,
She's very
the
sweet.
consolation.
She's very, very
Such a
sweet.
sweetheart.
And there's the whole thing about whenever they discuss sort of dirty sexual things, and Max just turns away and thinks, no, that's not me. I don't want to have to deal with toilet humour. It's very charming, I think she is.
I agree, but I am curious to see how she plays with the other queens as things get a little more heated, because I think that Max isn't used to being a bitch, let's say.
Yes.
The only criticism I have with Max, I hope it doesn't come across that I don't like her, because I really do. My only criticism is I feel like at the moment we're kind of just seeing the tip of the iceberg and we're risking a waste of potential. I think we could see so much more from Max.
Yes,
and
that's
that's what
the
I'm
thing.
waiting for.
You want to see purple or blue hair? Is that what you mean?
Just once.
Was that a read, Miss Candy? Was that a read?
Maybe.
Oh, shit. This is getting real now. So, I'd like to know, Miss Candy, if you were going to be on Drag Race, who would be your Snatch Game impersonation?
It would be Fran Drescher.
Oh, my God. Can you give us a little Fran Drescher now?
Well, Mr. Sheffield, I know you don't want me to do that for you.
Oh, my God. That's like... I thought you'd left and she had arrived. That was quite scary, really.
Truth be told, and I do tell the truth all the time, I used to be an actor, and I actually was on The Nanny in 2 episodes where I played one a Fran double and then one a Fran alike.
No way.
Stop it. That is ridiculous. Okay, so, but Fran Drescher is only really known in this country because of maybe...
Okay.
No, not even that. I mean, I don't think anyone knows who she is. I only know her because of she's referenced in like Family Guy, and Courtney Act obviously did her in the Snatch Game. Otherwise, she's very unknown. I think.
That's the only way I know her is from Courtney Act.
She's literally, you could ask anyone in the street, they wouldn't have a clue who she is.
Really?
I don't know. What's The Nanny? Was that a sitcom?
Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah. The Nanny was a sitcom. The concept was she would be like a Mary Poppins live-in nanny, but she was this woman with this accent from Queens, and she, was very brash, and she dressed in a very dragalicious way.
Well, obviously we have to download this and binge watch it immediately.
Is it on YouTube? Especially if you're in it, Candy.
Oh, I believe there are episodes on YouTube. There has to be at this point. I don't know if my episodes are on YouTube, but it's got to be on there.
God, you just be there. Like, you're already Fran Drescher. You're playing her in TV shows, on Broadway.
Well, it's kind of like Courtney Act saying she wants to be the next drag superstar, although in Australia, isn't she the drag superstar?
She is, I believe.
And isn't that just so appalling for Australia?
Well, I thought, and I love Australia. I have a deep love of Australia, but when RuPaul asked, why should you be the next drag superstar? And he said something like, well, I'm already the star there, so in Australia, so I should be it here too. It was like, what?
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I am considered somewhat of a national treasure there. I am sort of Dame Edna level, but, you know, the cool kids do prefer Courtney, and I don't really know why.
The cool kids.
It's, you know, it's
Cool kids is a funny way of saying 99.9% of the population.
No, see, I disagree there. But, well, Nova, who would you do for the Snatch Game?
Oh, I don't know. I've really thought about this.
I think you'd do an amazing Richard Gere.
Richard Gere?
Would that be a no?
So rude.
No.
So rude.
I think you've got the manliness there for Richard Gere.
Oh.
I think I would like to do Ina Garten.
Oh, you would do the best Anna Garden.
I don't know. Who is that?
The Barefoot Contessa. On the Food Network.
Oh, okay.
That giant, lovely lady who just cooks for gay men during the week and then hangs out with her husband on a Sunday.
You know, Avalanche, now that you mention it, I must compliment you. On your
Stop it.
On your breasts. You do them so well.
Listen, I just sort of open my t-shirt and they're there.
I mean, you should consider doing a tutorial because I think you do a fabulous job.
If you were here in person, though, if you gave them a good feel, they're hard as rocks.
No, don't tell them that. Well, they're sort of, yes, they are to be admired from afar, not up close. That's just for Nova's own sort of benefit. But I think I might do a tutorial. Maybe that'll get views. Do you think how to Olympia's perfect tit job?
Ooh, I can see the views clicking now.
I think it's already gone viral. It's up there with Miranda Sings.
Do you like Miranda Sings?
I love Miranda Sings.
I prefer Graveyard Girl.
I love Graveyard Girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love her as well.
I prefer her to Miranda Sings, but Nova.
Oh, Miranda Sings is just like my all-time idol. I'm waiting for
her.
somebody to do Miranda Sings on Snatch Game. That would be hilarious. I've tried to do an impression. I just can't do it. I'm really bad at impressions. God, what would I do for Snatch Game? I probably would have to do Richard Gere.
Yeah, Nova doesn't have much talent.
Listen, you. Talent.
I can't.
No.
Yes, we have to try and. People listening to this on whatever sort of a device, leave comments. Who do you think Nova would do for the Snatch Game? Yeah, I can't really think. Maybe Terry Schiavo.
Oh.
My sister is cracking up. I don't know who Terry Schiavo is.
How do you not know who Terry Schiavo is?
You know, I feel like
All I'm hearing in the background is horrible.
Yeah, that was her. So who is it?
Well, she was a lady who was incapacitated and couldn't speak.
Oh.
It's a tasteless joke.
It's tasteless, really, but that's that's neither here nor there. So let's move on.
You're keeping it rosy.
There you go.
Should I say rosé?
As Nova is pouring a glass of rosé. That could not have
Literally
been-
pouring a glass of rosé.
And we are not using video at this point, so that was totally.
We're on the same wavelength there, Candy. Do you think they're going to do a second All Stars?
Yeah, they're gonna have to because Mr. RuPaul or Ms. RuPaul is about making that coin.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, to the point that she releases albums that she is not even on and puts her name on them and then takes all the money. I mean, that's just bad.
Oh.
Okay, that was very shady. Are people buying that album because RuPaul's name is on that album?
Yes, right.
So,
Yeah, but all Ru has to do is pick up the phone and say, let's do an album, have the girls be on it, and I'll pick up the check in the morning, thanks.
Well, what kills me is he'll do an album and you never see him go out and sing.
No.
I was saying this
That's
to
the
Olympia
thing.
the other day. Some of the music is really good. If you promote that, it might chart.
Did a review. I don't know if you saw. I did a review. I love realness.
Yes.
Oh, I do as well.
No, we saw that review because you gave us a little shout out at the end.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. It was like 12 minutes of like craziness.
Yeah, no, but you really do have like a deep, passionate love for RuPaul. It really comes through in your videos, especially the one where you go to the RuPaul pop-up shop.
Oh, I love that video.
That was okay. I just want you to know. I booked a trip to LA just to go see that pop-up shop, and then what happened was the whole thing with World of Wonder. So
The stars aligned.
Yeah, if you believe in that sort of thing, I totally do. I'm speechless.
It was just meant to be. It was meant to be. How cool.
No words. I wish you were going to DragCon because I really would love to meet you.
Oh my god, same.
Oh my god. But, you know, we don't have a spare sort of £1 million that we can spend on getting to California. But eventually, I think when you and I, we hit the stratosphere, I suggested to Nova that we do a Kickstarter, and then everyone can buy as a train fare? That would be a long plane fare to California, and we can all hang out.
Fair. God, that's a long trip.
That's a very long trip.
Although, if there is a train line that would achieve that journey, I'd like to know where it is. So All Stars though, if you were going to be on All Stars season 1, I'd like to know, who would you have liked to be your partner?
Raven.
Oh, she's good. She's good.
She's good.
She can beat a mug.
Do you know what is so annoying though, is I think there should be a website somewhere called It Should Have Been Raven.
Start it!
Because,
URL.
do you know what I mean? Season 2, All Stars, both times, it should have been Raven.
I have to say, I'm still mad at RuPaul because he picked Tyra Sanchez. Because he hit Jujubee in the eye with the shoe to win.
That wasn't great. I'd never liked Tyra Sanchez, and the only thing, I think visually, Tyra Sanchez should have won because Tyra was flawless the entire way through. But I think in terms of personality and carrying RuPaul's name sort of commercially, I don't see Tyra doing that. Raven clearly, time has showed that Raven did the better job of doing that.
Tyra has other commitments, so Tyra has a child, and there was going to be some kind of documentary about being a father. I don't know what happened to that, but I have mixed feelings about Tyra. I really did enjoy her in the show. I thought it was funny when she was so standoffish. I found that hilarious. I do agree maybe she shouldn't have won, but she definitely deserved at least to be in the top 3. I don't agree with the general consensus that she's bad. I liked her. I liked her.
And the thing that upsets me is that Jujubee just isn't of the same kind of glamour as Raven and Tyra. But
say glamour again.
Glamour. But the thing is, I love Jujubee with all my heart. She's just the sweetest, most hilarious thing. And neither should she have to be, bigger in terms of her appearance. It just doesn't get her to the top. So, Candy, have you ever been to the UK?
I have been to the UK. I have never spent enough time in the UK. It's always been, I was in the UK on the way to Edinburgh, or I was in the UK I was in, let's say, Camden for one day, and then we were on a plane to Spain the next day.
Oh, but Camden's fun, though.
I know.
Camden's gross. It smells like ass there.
Some people like that.
It smells like weed and ass. But you should come, though. We should hang out and go bowling.
Bowling? I could see it now.
I don't like
bowling. I can't. Bowling?
I can't actually bowl, but that would be fun.
In those shoes they make you wear, I don't think so.
I was going to say, let's wear our own damn shoes.
Yes.
Well, then we'd probably be bowling for about 5 minutes and we'd get kicked out, but that's fine. It'd be something to blog about.
If you wear those horrible shoes, why doesn't someone make pretty shoes?
High heel bowling shoes. There's a niche there. There's a hole in the market. Quick. Let's start a website.
Buy that URL.
So you're in New York, right? Buy that URL. Wait, what just happened?
I'm all about buying the URLs. Actually, yes, I am. I am right outside New York.
Oh, so you're outside the city?
I can see it from my place.
Okay, so my understanding of the geography of New York is that Queens is in... No, listen now. Queens is inside Staten Island, adjacent to Staten Island, Long Island, something Manhattan.
Okay, so what happened?
So no.
To know, it's like, if you think of it like a spider, the island of Manhattan would be the body of the spider.
I'll stop talking about spiders. Olympia's like cringing.
I've already
So
left
really?
the room.
Okay. And then there's, let's say there's arms that go out from the body of Manhattan, and one of them would like take you into Long Island. On the way to Long Island is Queens.
Oh, if only you could see her face. The idea of many arms. She has a very big fear of spiders.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't do them, Candy. I do not abide them. I will not be in the same room.
You know, I know there's a famous New York candy-ria, or candy store, that once was in trouble with the Board of Health due to insects and rodents in their bulk candy.
Wow. Gosh, that's
Is this
not
some
great.
inside? Is this I think it could be beef exclusive.
I won't name the name, but if you know New York and you know about the big candy store in New York that's very colorful, that's it.
Oh, we'll Google it later.
Well, I thought Queens was on Staten Island, so I don't clearly know what it is.
No, Staten Island is separate.
So Queens is like a borough of New York?
Yes! There you go. That's what they call them, boroughs.
So okay, let's work this out. Okay, so there's Manhattan. No, there's Manhattan.
Yeah, there's Manhattan, and then they call, after that, Manhattan is the outer boroughs. So Queens, Long Island, Brooklyn, they call Staten Island one. Staten Island is a separate island off of Manhattan.
Which is the one with that creepy underground, like, serial killer? The one
Oh,
that
I thought this is where you were going with this.
Who
What was his name?
killed all of those kids with the Down syndrome.
That was Staten Island.
Oh, my sister's telling me Staten Island. I don't
We watched this documentary on Netflix once.
Cropsey.
That was it, Cropsey.
Cropsey? Okay, my sister's saying Cropsey.
Yes.
the one.
Fascinated by the Scientology documentary. Speaking of documentaries.
Tom Cruise's crotch.
You must watch that video. It's all about Tom Cruise and Travolta.
Oh, I would love to watch it. I read an article recently about John Travolta and Scientology. I don't know if there was any credit to it whatsoever, but they were saying that that he is in fact gay and that the Church of Scientology have evidence and they're blackmailing him into staying with them, and that is why they're not outing him. Did you read
Yep.
that? I read that.
Well, that's kind of been the lore all these years, but if you watch this documentary, it talks about the practices of Scientology, and you can draw that conclusion on your own if you see the way they're doing things.
Oh, it's fascinating, isn't it?
Scary.
Absolutely fascinating.
Scary.
Are you a religious lady, Candy? Because I'm very Muslim.
No, I'm not. In my later years, I've become more about whatever the universe has in store and whatever
Energies and sort of karma, that kind of thing.
Yeah, because, as you go through life, you see a lot of crap, and then you go, and I'm supposed to do this.
And that's just the Novympia channel.
I think if you put good energy and good vibes out, eventually down the line, you're going to get it back.
That is the intent of the MsCandyBlog.
And that's why I'm always so sweet to Nova in our videos. You have to just...
Excuse me?
You have to treat people the way you want to be treated in this life. And that's-
Excuse me.
That's why I'm so nice to Nova.
Crickets.
I have a question for the two of you. I know you're a real life couple.
Barely.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, I know. But tell me about Kai Kai.
Well, we'd like to, but we don't have anything to say. We have no experience on the matter.
Okay.
I cannot imagine how anybody would enjoy that. Being in drag, it's the most fun, but it's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable.
It's horrible.
How could you ever have sex with somebody being that uncomfortable?
I don't believe anybody ever has. I think possibly maybe, well, people have sex with drag queens, but I don't think two have ever done it together. I'd like to see evidence as to where that's occurred, because I don't think it has.
Well, because RuPaul talks about he's got this strapped back and this pulled back, and he's balancing this and
Exactly right.
I know.
Well, for me, it's I tend to wear larger like tutus and skirts and stuff, so I don't have to tuck as hard. But for me, it's the kind of corsetry, and then it's like eyelashes and all that crap around your eyes. It just makes your eyes tired, and it's so uncomfortable. Allergies, you can't blow your nose. The whole facial area is just like a Baghdad green zone.
Have you ever gotten eyelash extensions? Like
No.
No, because we don't want to look like Quentin Crisp.
The thing is with us, we generally we drag up maybe once a week, and then for the rest of the time we have day jobs as boys. So when people make comments on my videos saying, "Oh, Nova, you should shave your arms," da 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 da, I'm thinking no, because I quite like looking like a semi-attractive male during the day. So I'm not going to be doing that. So something like eyelash extensions or waxing legs is not really something I would ever really do.
I just don't know where, for people who do drag in general, I don't know where it stops, if it does stop, or because I've seen people out of drag with nails on.
I think it depends. If you have like a week solid of gigs lined up, then for sure I would get my nails done. I mean, it'd be pointless not to. Didn't want to do them every single night.
Well, the thing is, we haven't done shows for so long. We literally do our channel, and from the waist down, usually we're just in sort of sweats, and we don't shave our legs. We can get away with so much because there's a camera and a filter going on. So it really just depends.
So you don't leave the apartment?
Oh no. Well, no, we have done, but not when we do our videos. When you see our videos, we've gotten ready for that video, and then after recording, we take it all off.
But
really?
The videos that you've seen for the past couple of months. But we go out. I mean, we go out in drag. We used to do shows, but for the time being, we're just doing the videos. So we do it. We get ready. We do the video, and then like a second later, it's all off, and we ordered fried chicken.
That's awesome. So tell me what it's been like for you, because I know what it's been like for me. What has it been like being on World of Wonder? How did things change once you got on World of Wonder?
Well, I'm going to let Nova answer this because I'm out of wine and I'd quite like to pour myself a Blue Marilyn cocktail. So here's Nova for you.
Oh, you're so embarrassing. You can always make me one if you like.
No, you've got your wine.
I have my wine, but I could have a cocktail as well.
Oh, well,
It's like you don't even know me.
answer the bloody question. She's waiting.
Well, people started watching our videos. It's probably the main change. Before we always had like a tiny little following. The people in like our community. We live in a town called Bournemouth. So the people in the gay community of Bournemouth would watch our videos, but it was nothing compared to when we became part of the network. People all around the world suddenly became aware of us. And I mean, we're still very small. We're still growing, but the kind of growth that we've achieved with the network is nothing we would have been able to do on ourselves that quickly. It's been so good, and it's so fun to be able to interact with people like in the US and people in Australia, and that is really, really fun to see comments and to reply to comments. So it's been really, really good for us.
That's awesome. So you knew you wanted to be on WoW?
Well, we weren't entirely aware of it so much before we got contact. Well, we were aware. We saw videos. We'd seen your videos. But I didn't really, I just didn't really understand how it worked. We were still kind of new to YouTube. I didn't know what monetization was. I didn't really understand all the ins and outs of it. Well, that was all explained to us when we were approached by WoW Presents.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really been like a big growth. It's so much fun to, it's like a whole community on YouTube that we weren't really properly aware of. And now I feel like we're starting to tap into that, and that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, that is, and it's exciting when you start to see, as you said, those comments, and if they find you on Twitter or on Instagram, and then you have a whole relationship. It's crazy.
Oh my God, social media! I never had an Instagram before. I still don't really understand why people love Instagram so much. But people were messaging us, "Why do you love Instagram? I don't get it."
I have to tell you, I think of it as something that I made up in my head called visual currency.
Okay.
And you're actually trading these images, and that's sharing a part of your life or sharing part of your aspirations. And I've actually met people in the candy industry and in the drag world just from their accounts, and then following them, and then by commenting on each other's pictures, building a relationship, and then I'm going to meet some of them in person.
It's crazy how it snowballs, isn't it?
It's amazing.
People love Instagram and Twitter. I would never have considered having those without people requesting it. It's insane.
Oh, they requested it?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's weird. It's so weird. So weird. I mean, I've always had a Facebook. Oh, I've just been presented with a cocktail. How exciting. But I've never been an Instagram or Twitter person before.
I know I always talk to Olympia. I know you're never there, it seems like you're not attached to it.
I'm not attached. I'm not attached to what?
To the social media. I feel like Olympia is more into the social media.
She's just generally a big attention whore. That's all it is.
I think it's just because I stalk you and she doesn't.
Oh, it's like that.
Olympia is such a diehard fan of yours.
Stop it!
I
Stop
can't
it!
even explain.
I think it's ridiculous to say that anyone's a fan. You don't know. That's so odd to me to hear someone says a fan. The word fan.
Listen, dude, someone in this country, in this weird little farm community somewhere in the south of this country, sent me a picture because he had gone to some place and put my face on a mug, and he drinks his coffee out of a mug with my face on it.
That is fabulous. If it were a wine glass in your case.
I think it's fucking creepy. We need to call the police.
Yeah, it's very bizarre though.
There are things that are, that it's like you don't know if that's creepy or... Like, there are people who want to send me candy. The guy who wants me to moan also wants to send me candy because he, too, is from the UK.
What on earth kind of candy would that be?
I promise you, it's not me, Candy.
No, I know it's not you. No. But I don't even want to... So I banned him. And I do that now and then because I created the channel for specific reasons, and those reasons all relate to happiness and not creepiness. So...
Someone definitely messaged me and asked me to wear a diaper in front of them.
I'll never forget that moment. That was hilarious.
Can you please wear a diaper and walk on me in heels and humiliate me? I was thinking, well, no, I've already got that planned for Wednesday, so I'm going to say no.
Did you write back to that?
No, I just blocked him and called the police and hid in my cupboard. So I think this would be a good moment, Candy. Would you like to tell our 5 listeners where we can find you, what your Instagram, Twitter, etc. is? We'll put it in the description, but do you want to just give us a list of where we can find you?
Yeah, you can find me on any social media at this point. It's MsCandyBlog, MsCandyBlog, and that's YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, We Heart It, which is a very up-and-coming site. Facebook as well. I really don't Facebook. I am not into Facebook.
Oh, I'm very into Facebook.
Yeah, I don't get that. I remember I did I think I left a status once and tagged you in it, and it was like a week later that you saw it, and I thought, she just doesn't go on Facebook. But there's other people who just don't like Facebook. Wow Presents guru Marcus Reeves also doesn't go on Facebook.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't have like a whole bunch of friends or family that have been there pre all these new social medias, then people tend not to go to Facebook. And by the way, Marcus Reeves rocks. I think he's just a great creator. He's been putting out so much content. It's amazing.
He has no hair.
And that's...
And I love him for it, but I just think that's a fact.
It is a fact.
I'm going to take...
I have lots of hair.
The cocktail... What do you mean lots of hair? I hope a normal amount.
Well, my hair is thick, and it's down to the small of my back.
Your long, luscious locks.
That need to be lopped off.
If you were here right now, I could do that for you. I'm a hairdresser by day.
Are you?
Yes.
That's great. We could cut it off and dye it purple.
Oh my god, I would love to do that.
Don't come for my gig, bitch.
Okay, I won't.
So yeah, let me just have a look. I've got some notes here. I'm just thinking about
Just notes?
Oh, I took notes. Not of the conversation, but beforehand.
Just you made notes before what you wanted to chat about?
Oh, yes, I am a professional. I love your sister. Can your sister come over and say hello?
Sure. She's actually got her own channel going as well. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Oh my god. Is this
Girls.
what?
She said, "Hey, girls."
Is this Ms. Airline Snacks blog?
No, actually, she's got a name.
I go by Darla Vice, Darla Vice.
Oh my god, do you solve sexy crime child murders?
No, I talk about my crazy life and hilariously dysfunctional family.
You say Darla, and all I think of, I don't know if you're familiar, I think of the vampire from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, I was never into that.
Well, there's a lead character in there called Darla, and that's what I think of.
Oh, well.
I apologise. Nova's always trying to get the
I know,
conversation back to Buffy the
I
Vampire
apologize
Slayer.
for not being into Buffy, but I do like other sci-fi stuff.
So are you the younger or the older sister? It's hard to tell by voice.
I'm the baby.
Oh, right.
Aw.
And where can the viewers find you? Is it YouTube, Darla Vice?
It's Darla Vice. I heard you talking about Instagram. I'm very active with my Instagram because I'm a writer as well. I used to do stand-up comedy, so I like to combine sort of visual and writing and wordplay.
Oh, we are so following you right now.
So my Instagram is Darla DARLA _Vice VICE. I have a Twitter account at Darla Vice, one word Darla Vice, and I have 3 YouTubes up. And I think if you just search
3?
yeah, I only recently started doing YouTube at the
So you thought you would just do 3?
urging of my sister.
Is there a third CandyBlog sibling?
Yes, there is.
Oh my
I heard a
god.
brother. There's a brother, right?
There's a brother in there. Because I said before.
What?
Because I'm psychic.
No, it is.
Oh wait, I thought you said I didn't know there was a brother.
No, she said, how do you know there's a brother?
Yeah, I said, how do you know this brother?
Okay,
Keep
right.
up, Olympia.
When this podcast finishes, and we're about 7 minutes over, which is probably more than enough for editing, we're gonna have to stick the video on just to see who Darla is. But it's been so lovely speaking to you guys. This has been the inaugural episode of I Think It Could Be Beef.
I think it could be beef.
Thank you for
I'm
that.
honored.
Thank you for that, Nova. And I'd just like to thank you girls for being involved.
We thank you girls for being involved.
I've had so much fun speaking to you. This has been absolutely adorable.
It's awesome.
I'm far too over the limit to legally drive.
That's implying the idea that you can drive.
I don't even have my license. But anyway, enough of that. Stay tuned, dear listeners / viewers. It's youtube.com/Novympia /MsCandyBlog if you'd like to keep track of both of us. And I think that's probably it, Nova. What do you think?
I think that's probably it.
I have beautiful. Okay, great. Bye then, everybody.
Bye.